everyone, and welcome to the 20th episode of the Morning Chisme. I am so excited that you guys are here. I'm so pumped. 20 episodes.
I know, 20 deep.
I know, that's crazy. Honestly, like, I'm personally a giver-upper, so, like, I'm really proud of us.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, like, we give up a lot, I feel.
Yeah.
So this is big.
We've grown.
Yeah, no, we've definitely grown.
I feel like this has given us, like, a reason to be mature.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's fun. I feel like we get to do something exciting and also, like, talk, like, our chisme.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's literally our voice notes just on a podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because we literally voice note all day, every day.
Yeah.
And we talk about the tea. And so, I mean, we're literally just, like, putting it out there.
Yeah, we're really just sharing our inside conversations, like our private conversations with the world.
Yeah. And
with
I think
the world.
And I think that it's important, like, when people are like, oh, like, there's too many podcasts out there. I feel like everyone, if you want to have a podcast, just do it.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like, it took me a second to figure out how the fuck to do everything. And, like, it took us a second to kind of, like, get the swing of things when it came to, like, conversations. But, like, once you get started and you get into the groove, it's so fun.
Yeah, I feel like at the beginning it was hard for me because I was like, okay, what do I say? What do I not say? I stutter a lot. I also, like, think in Spanish and in English. So sometimes I don't know. Like, I get confused in what language I'm about to, like, speak.
Oh my God, dude, that's happened to me.
I'm like, okay, I'm thinking in Spanish, but I need to answer in English. Like, I cannot.
Yeah.
So at the beginning it was harder, but now I feel like I've gotten the hang of it. I mean, obviously there's always room for growth and improvement in case anyone comes for me. Because I do feel like sometimes I am the quieter one.
No, I think that you're just as much of a yapper. I would say it's 60-40.
I'm 40?
Yeah. But speaking of, like, thinking in Spanish, one time funny story, I think I was on a date, like, many, many years ago, okay? And we were having a conversation. I think I was tipsy. Like, espresso martinis are just, like, not.
Were you on a date with someone who was not Hispanic?
Yeah. Like, I was on a date with a person who's not Hispanic. Also, this was just to say, like, this was lots of years ago before my boyfriend. And I was on a date with this person, and I was not... I don't think I was, like, having the best time. I think I was just, like, nervous, right?
Yeah.
And I was drinking my espresso martini, and I don't know what possessed me to even have an espresso martini on a date because it just makes you, like, it's caffeine.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know why at the time I was like, this is caffeine.
Yeah.
And he asked me a question, and instead of saying yes, I said sí. And then we were both, like, sitting there, like, and he was like, and I was like, wait, what did I just say? And I was like, it was really embarrassing. I was like, damn.
Well, I mean, come on. You should at least know that C means
I
yes.
know, but in the context of the conversation, I think it threw me off that it threw him off. So I was like,
I've been like,
yeah, it was very awkward, but I understand that because I've been there as well.
Yeah.
Or when I'm, like, just talking, I forget how to say a word in English.
I know. You know what's so crazy is that when I first moved here, and I wonder if this has happened to anyone. When I first moved here, I was about 9, almost 10 years old. I moved here. I learned how to speak English.
Yeah.
No accent.
Yes.
And then as the years passed, I got an accent. And now I feel like I have an accent sometimes, and, like, I forget how to say certain words.
Yeah.
And I think that was also really hard for me when I started the podcast because I was like, people are going to notice that, like, I have an accent sometimes. And it's not like me pretending to have an accent, like one of those people that are, you know, just pretend to have accents. Like, it literally just comes out.
Yeah.
But has that happened to anyone? Like, do you just randomly, like, I have more of an accent as a 33-year-old than I did whenever I was, like, I just moved here. Yeah. That's so weird.
That is weird. I think the same thing, though. I think I have an accent now, too.
Do you think we just didn't pay attention to ourselves back when we were not self-aware?
I don't think, as a child, I don't think you like, even think about these things. I wasn't,
That's
like,
true.
12 thinking about that.
Well, you moved here when you were 6.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, like, I was never thinking about an accent. But you have to also take into consideration, like, we did not speak any English at home. So, like, that was always a continuous thing.
Yeah.
So.
Now I'm like, did I say that with an accent?
Yeah.
And then we're also in Texas, so we have.
Yeah.
I did not know we had a Texas accent until, well, when we went to the what's it called?
The
US Open, we were talking in our very much Texas accents.
Someone asked us if we were Irish. And I was like, okay. Like, I get asking us, like, I've been asked if I was Middle Eastern before. Like, I could see that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, Irish?
Yeah, just because I don't know, I don't feel like the Texas accent sounds
and we don't
Irish.
look Irish.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was like, wait, are y'all Irish?
And we're like, from Houston. Like, what a random ass question.
Yeah.
I also think he was lit, so maybe he was
probably lit, but we were just like, Irish is a new one. I've never gotten Irish before.
I've gotten Middle Eastern multiple times. I got Dominican. I've gotten, like, different, you know,
Latin.
Yeah, Latin countries. Colombian, but I've never gotten Irish. That was the first.
That was the first. I was like, wow.
No, but thanks.
No, but thanks.
Like, it's definitely not an insult, but I was just like, it's just such a far-fetched thing.
Yeah, I just wondered what made him put two and two together to say Irish.
Yeah.
Was it the way that we spoke?
It wasn't the way we look.
It wasn't the way we looked.
We look Hispanic.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I think
so.
We look more Hispanic than Paula.
Yeah.
Like, Paula does look Hispanic, but like she has
also
green
look
eyes.
white.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that. But I feel like out of all of us, I'm the most pale. Like, I've been literally so pale lately. Like, it's like, who is she?
I know, you and mom.
Yeah, me and mom are so pale. It's like
y'all's bodies don't see summer.
No, I don't like being outside, if I'm being honest.
I understand that. You're see-through.
Damn, bitch. Just comfort me. Speaking of being outside, okay? I feel a breeze.
Yeah,
okay?
finally.
I feel like it's like a tiny, outside, and I'm living for it.
Me too. I've been to the park every day this week.
Oh my God,
Who is she? I'm in my walking era. Dude, just going to walk in the park, first of all, it's because I realized that now that I was like unemployed and mostly at home, right? I wasn't getting like a lot of steps in. And I was like doing maybe like, there was like a day where I did like 2,000 steps. That's not okay for your health. So I was like, what the fuck? And then there's a park near my apartment. And so I was like, oh, let me go to the park. And now I go to the park every single day except today. I didn't go today. But yeah, and I literally get my like 10,000 steps in by 11 a.m.
That's always really nice.
And it's just like the weather's nice. The park is nice. A lot of greenery, a lot of like nature. I don't know. I'm in my nature era. But that's like, I would never go camping. But like, that's...
Honestly, people that go camping, like, you are a warrior.
I could never.
I would never shit outside.
Glamping, but not camping.
No, I would go glamping. Like, I would get a cabin in the woods with Wi-Fi. But like, I cannot sleep in a tent.
No.
I would complain the entire time. It would be a really unenjoyable experience for everybody involved.
When anyone asks me if like I'm down to go camping, first of all, you don't know me.
Yeah.
Second, I'm going to ruin the trip for you. I'm going to bitch and I'm going to complain. And I just think that if you're a camping person, like that we can hang out in AC, but I'm just like, that won't be me.
Yeah, no.
It's just, I'm going to ruin this for you. And I don't want to do that.
If I wanted to sweat, I just go outside.
Yeah. And like, why would I, purposely not sleep well?
Yeah. I think that camping is, it's for like people who just like genuinely like see the beauty in everything. And I do not. Like, I don't see the beauty in sweating. I don't see the beauty in like sleeping like on the ground. You know what I mean? And like, those people are amazing. And I love that for you. It's just not me. Yeah. It's not who I am. And I don't think any of my friends are like that.
To be honest with you, I don't really like fuck with insects.
Oh no.
I only fuck with butterflies. Yeah. Butterflies are the it girl. They are the like epic insect out there. They're just like the popular girls,
Yeah.
Wasps are wannabes.
Oh, of course.
And so are bees. Well, bees are cute too. They come in close second, but they sting. And I feel like anything that could harm me, like, why the fuck are you gonna sting me and then die, bitch? Like,
they sting you and then die.
Yes.
Like, why are you doing this?
Like suicide.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Anyways, so I don't like insects.
Yeah. No.
And so I'm just not gonna put myself through that. Like, I'll go to the park and walk the park and I'll enjoy the insects there. And like, from far away, but I'm not going to be one with the insects.
I think for me, it's the having to poop outside. Like, there's like, what if there's no bathroom? Like, where are you going to go?
Hold it. I would not.
I would be constipated as fuck.
I don't even go to the bathroom whenever I go on vacation. Like, my ass is like, we're not home. Yeah. So you're not shitting here.
Yeah, like, no, I've been there too. It's hard.
It's like literally.
Being uncomfortable is like my least favorite thing.
Dude, when I went to Chile, oh my God, I was there for 2 weeks. I could not use the bathroom.
Yeah, I get that.
I was like, no, like I need to go home to use the bathroom. Like, why does our body do that? Just poop.
I think it's just comfort. Like, your body's clenched because it's like not in its natural state of home.
Okay, well, my stomach hurts. Unclench, bitch.
Dude, no, I don't fuck with snakes, insects, the outside. Like, I'm risking my being by being outside, and then like, what if there's a snake? Snakes? No. Or like spiders? Oh, roaches? No.
Yeah.
And I mean, of course, like, if you like camping, like, more power to you. Like, if anything, you will survive first.
Yeah.
I have no survival skills.
I will not survive. You know what I noticed? That a lot of people go to the park and they're like jeans and their button ups.
What? Maybe they're going midday.
Yeah. I was like, jeans?
People who wear jeans inside are crazy to me. Like, you're constricted when you're outside, but you're like at Target, so I get it. But like, why in your own home?
Yeah.
Like, when people wear their belt and their jeans inside their house, I'm like, you could, like, go to the moon. I feel like me, I could never. If I'm uncomfortable, I'm so unhappy.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
damn, we just went on a rant.
I know about camping. You know what song I've been listening to a lot these days?
What?
The Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga song.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's so good.
I want Bruno Mars to sing at my wedding if I ever have one.
You do? That would be like, it wouldn't even be your wedding. It would be like a Bruno Mars show.
Yeah.
Bruno Mars is just so
Talented.
That song with Lady Gaga, like, oh my God.
I feel like he doesn't get the recognition he deserves, even though he's very widely recognized. I feel like he still doesn't get, like, he's so good.
I feel like he hadn't put out a song in a while, too.
Well, he's in Silk Sonic with Anderson .Paak, and they put out an album, which
that
is
was
fucking good.
I thought that album was like a while ago, though.
Yeah, but I feel like sometimes artists like put out music too quickly. I like when they take a break. I want to miss you a little. But Bruno Mars, 10 out of 10 every time.
Every time.
I think there's not a single song that I'm like, I hate that song.
That's mom's favorite artist, and that's saying a lot if you know our mother.
Yeah, she hates everyone.
Yeah.
And that's where we got it from. But yeah, no, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, love it. I feel like they're so uniquely talented, both of them. Like, putting them together is just like, they knew when they stepped into the studio.
Lady Gaga says that she loves Bad Bunny and that she would be willing to collab with him if he was down.
I know.
And I'm gonna need both of them to have their, reps
People
reach out to each other and make this shit happen. I feel like they both stand up for the things that they believed, and I feel like the song that they would come out together, like they would do together if they were to make a song, would be powerful.
I agree. I think that Lady Gaga is a fan of Bad Bunny and Bad Bunny's a fan of Lady Gaga because he was seen wearing a Lady Gaga shirt.
Oh, I'm gonna need this to happen.
Yeah, so it's like, you guys are sending each other signals. Let's go.
Yeah, let's, right now they're doing like the tapping on the phone. Let's call each other. Let's have the reps. Let's make this happen. Imagine.
How do you think like they get in contact? Is it like my people will call your people?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I want to have my people.
Yeah, I know. Like, having people like
do stuff for you.
That would be great. But then you're also like, for example, let's say you're a big artist and you have a team of people. Like, I feel like I would be so nervous to keep going, like to stop, like, because like if you don't keep going, like you're paying your team, like their livelihoods,
oh my God,
depend on you, and I feel like that would stress me the fuck out. Oh my God.
ASMR.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
dang.
Like, if you have a manager and you're not like working and you're not getting booked, like they're probably not getting paid. So it's like,
dang.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. I would manage multiple people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure people do, but when you're like, let's say, random artist, like, who's the biggest artist right now? Taylor Swift. I'm sure Taylor Swift's manager or like people, it's only Taylor's.
Yeah.
But then Taylor's booked and busy probably for the rest of her fucking life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Lady Gaga, reach out to Bad Bunny, or Bad Bunny, reach out to Lady Gaga.
I feel like they could make it big.
Yeah.
But speaking of Lady Gaga, so a few months ago, this has come out a while back, but I resurfaced on my TikTok feed that Lady Gaga had said to her like lawyers or her counsel that if they continued to rep Diddy, that she would dip. This was an article that came out a while ago, and people were like, wow, like that's kind of fucked up. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't. I would be like, okay, like what is your moral compass as my lawyer?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get that. Especially with everything.
Yeah. And once again, like Lady Gaga knows what she stands for. She's always been very, very vocal with that. So I'm not shocked that she was like, if you guys are gonna, be Diddy's lawyers, then I'm gonna find someone else.
Yeah. That makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, and also she's a huge client, so like for her to even like, I'm sure that shook
So they dropped him?
I don't know. I didn't know the outcome of that, but like I'm sure that was considered, and if not, done so as well.
Yeah.
Because like Lady Gaga is huge. She's
huge.
One of the biggest artists of our generation. So I wonder how that ended up turning out. But I feel like slowly we are just getting more and more information. We're getting inundated with information.
For Diddy.
Yes.
And I feel like lawsuits after lawsuits after lawsuits, and I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like everything is just like coming out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's intense because I feel like we're still just only seeing a sliver of everything.
And that's what's scary too, is the fact that
Yeah.
we're only seeing a small part, and it's like in the bigger picture, like the tip of the iceberg. And it's the tip of the iceberg is already so much.
Yeah,
And
that's what's crazy.
Yes.
I agree. Because like this past week, 2 women are suing him.
Yeah.
Like 2 women in 1 week. And then a law firm in Texas is representing 50 people.
50.
That's crazy.
Oh my goodness. I don't think there's like a going back from this. You know what I mean?
I also think that it's like, there's no possible way, like not a single percent, like not even a 0.001% that he's not guilty. Like, he 100% did what they're saying.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned in the last podcast, like, the feds don't come for you unless they have a solid case.
Yeah.
And to also come for someone who has such, you know, power in the industry, and not only power, but like strings, because this rumor about Diddy being an awful person is not new. Yeah. So it's like, there must have been something like that had been going on in the back end of things. But I'm just very, like, I'm nervous to see what comes out, like, who is involved. Because right now, and not saying, because we don't know for sure until we know for sure, but Beyonce's comment section is, like, completely, like, people are dragging her left and right.
That's so
because
crazy.
They feel like she's involved. And, you know, Jay-Z and Beyonce being so close to Diddy, it does make you question, like, what is the closeness?
And people are saying, and obviously this is allegedly, that Jay-Z is worse than Diddy.
Yeah.
I've heard that a couple of times on TikTok, and obviously TikTok is my source, okay? But like, yeah, it's scary. It's scary. And earlier this week, we had Kim Porter and Diddy's kids put out a statement on their Instagram about, you know, the conspiracy theories regarding their mom's death. Yeah. Ever since the whole thing with Diddy. And even before, I felt like there had been so many people talking about Kim Porter and Kim Porter's death. And if Diddy was involved in her death, just because it all happened the way that it did. And, you know, they put out a statement. And quite frankly, I feel like it makes me sad, because I think that at the end of the day, I understand that it's okay to come up with your own theories about things, but these are her kids. Like, this was their mom, and they lost their mom, and now they're involved in the process of almost like losing their dad too. Like, and you know, it's heartbreaking. And I think that though I understand why people are coming up with these theories about Kim Porter, it does break my heart for the kids. Because I mean, to be going to, Kim Porter died not that long ago.
No, she didn't die that long ago.
And so she died, and now they're like I said, in the process of almost like losing their dad.
Yeah, or maybe seeing the monster that their dad is.
Exactly. And a lot of people commented on my post saying, you know, like maybe they're brainwashed. And if they are brainwashed, right, if this all comes out to be true, and let's say that allegedly like Diddy was involved in Kim Porter's death, you know, they'll see it in their right time. I think that we can't push it on them. Yeah. I understand that they're all adults as well, but I'm sure it's still hard, you know?
Yeah, because why would they, even if, you know deep down in your heart that it could be true, why in the world would they ever admit it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's so difficult. Now you're dealing with, not only are you dealing with the death of your mom, that was probably very sudden because she was young. She was only like in her 40s. Yeah. And then now your dad is getting, you know, arrested for horrendous crimes.
Horrendous things. I'm sure that this is a lot on them. Like, a lot.
And so every single eye in the world is on them right now. Yeah. So that's difficult.
It is very difficult. And they were saying, you know, the manuscript that came out that people were reading, Kim Porter's book, is not real. So,
yeah, I think that it's just so like, I do see, you know, they left the comments on and people had a wide array of like thoughts. People were like, oh, you know, my heart's with you. You should turn off the comment section. People were like, you guys are brainwashed. Like, y'all know what happened, but you won't own up to it. I think it's just a difficult situation from every angle.
I think that we need to like take a step back and realize that these are kids. Like, at the end of the day, they lost their mom, and we just need to respect the journey that they're going through. And then if at one point they find out that, you know, the dad is involved, not involved, let them find out at their own time. I think it's the same thing with Justin Bieber and him speaking out about this whole situation. If this happened to Justin, because we don't know 100%. When he's ready to speak about it, he'll speak about it. And if he's never ready to speak about it, he doesn't have to speak about it. Same thing with the kids. If they find out that the dad is the monster in this, that does not mean that they need to speak out about it. You have to understand that, like, I'm sure that this was a tremendous loss for them. Yeah. With losing their mom, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, no, that's...
And so young.
So young, yeah. I think that's... it's just so hard. I feel like it's so hard to, like, sympathize with people because of their... For people. For me, I see it. But, like, I feel like people are having a hard time feeling sorry because they're, like related to Diddy.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is, like, you see why, like... Let's say the opinions are like, we're with you, or like you're brainwashed. You understand why people are saying why they're brainwashed.
I understand people wanting to like say those things, but I think it's also hard because like there's a tragedy here too. And it's almost like two of them because it is. Their dad is in jail for like these aren't like, this isn't like, not saying that a DUI is casual, but like this isn't like, you know, theft. This is literally like a very long list, a scroll of crimes, like very heinous, very disgusting crimes against a lot of people who are victims, who are also seeing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's intricate. I feel like a lot more is going to be coming out. There's speculations of who's involved, who's not involved, who should be held accountable. There's 1,000 conspiracy theories, and it makes you wonder, like, what's true? Because amongst those sea of opinions, one of them is right, and I feel like none of them are like casual ones. They're all each one is more horrendous than the next. Every time I see a new video from a certain person talking about this whole situation, I'm like, wait, that makes sense, that could be a possibility. And then I'm like, but okay, this is also a conspiracy. But then I see 100 other videos and I'm like, but all of these also make sense. So it's just like, oh fuck.
It's crazy.
And now clips are resurfacing like from Khloe Kardashian talking about a Diddy party in the early seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where she says everybody was naked. So it's like, okay, so like there's hints that these parties,
I think there's always been hints, especially when you watch these videos back. I just think that like we didn't pay too much close attention to it.
Because, okay, I just watched a clip of Diddy doing an interview, Conan Gray's show, late night show, where they were talking about one of Diddy's parties, and Conan's like, what makes a party so great or something? And he was like, lots of, having alcohol, all kinds of alcohol, but also having water, because some women only like to drink water and you want to give them something that's going to make them want to stay. Locking the doors, having no AC on, and so people can get hot and sweaty. Like, it was just weird. I was like, what? This is like so off-putting. And like in the conversation, he sounded so like blasé about it. I mean, granted, this was early 2000s, so I'm sure people did not look into this like this we do now. But looking at it, I'm like, what? Like, saying that you're gonna lock the doors and that it needs to be no AC.
Simply start screaming.
And he was like, so everyone can get like sweaty and comfortable and hot. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, it was very strange. I was very off-put by that. I was like, this is very weird.
That's crazy. We just have to, keep waiting, because I feel like every single week,
every single day,
something comes out.
Yeah, it's going to be a long road. When does trial start for him?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, being not let out on bail for $50 million, being denied, is probably crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
And he was threatening people. Like, I'm sure that's why. It's not because he's a flight risk. I don't think that's necessarily the issue. I'm sure that is a part of it, but it's because he's going to go intimidate witnesses or people a part of the case. That's the probably
pay
the issue.
Them off or something. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All of this is crazy.
All of it is crazy. And I commend Cassie, because I cannot imagine the torture she went through. $30 million to me is not enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough. It is probably...
But I think that she probably also knew that she was going to tip off, like this was the beginning of things. And I think at the end of the day, 30 million is not enough, but I'm sure that she also wanted to just get it over with. I mean, I don't know. Reliving all those things, I would...
Yeah. And I mean, in one of the suits, Dawn Richards, which is one of the
girls from Danity Kane,
said in her lawsuit, and I could just making sure I remember this correctly, that they were at a dinner where Diddy punched Cassie or hit her, and like other people were there and no one said anything. And I'm like, y'all are pussies. But everyone was like under this weird guise that like Diddy was like some god to them. I feel like that's kind of like they praise him.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, for such a long time, you don't think that these celebrities, big celebrities who were going to these parties, had any inkling? Like, they talk. I'm sure that they have like some... We live in a world with normal people. They live in a elevated world where they have these conversations. Like, you don't think that like, I don't know, Khloe and Kim sat down in a conversation after a party and were like, that was kind of weird? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, that has to happen. Like, that you're probably turning a blind eye.
Because the fact that he punched her and no one did anything, it just goes to show that either A, they're all pussies, or B, they're all bought out by Diddy.
Apparently, and I could be wrong, I'm pretty sure like she mentioned that Neo and Usher were there. I could be wrong. Let me look it up. I'm making shit up. Am I making shit up? Dawn Richards, Diddy. Yeah. So it says here. Yeah, hold on. Dawn Richards' lawsuit claims these celebs witnessed Diddy's abuse. Cassie at dinner party. Neo, Usher, Jimmy Iovine, I don't know who that is, and groupmate Kalina Harper.
That's crazy.
It says here, Dawn Richards' lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs levels accusations of verbal, physical, and sexual abuse within the 55-page document, and also details witnessing his girlfriend at the time, singer Cassie, being abused at the hands of Diddy. While she says that she and a former castmate attempted to help and were threatened for doing so, she names stars Usher, Neo, and record executive Jimmy Iovine as witnesses to the abuse who chose to do nothing.
Dang.
I know. And then now people are like, well, Usher also could be a victim. Which is true.
Do you think so?
Yeah, because Diddy I'm pretty sure Diddy found it. Is that a thing?
Yeah. Or like
he like discovered him.
Discovered. I was like founding
when
father.
he was very young.
And then Usher discovered Justin Bieber. It's all hard. It's hard to like differentiate, and at least for me, because it's like, okay, when someone has gone through these things, then they probably think that these things are okay to do to others.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard.
It's difficult. I think there's just going to be a very, like I said last week, a spider web of information that we're going to see spiral into different directions. And
the spider web just keeps growing and growing and growing.
Growing and growing. So we'll keep you guys posted.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll hop off this topic and go to the next one, because Raul Alejandro spotted with a new girl in Ibiza kissing her on a yacht.
I know.
And
people in Espanol were like,
they threw shade.
They threw shade at Rosalia, maybe, or Raul Alejandro. I don't know, but they were like, it looks like Raul Alejandro has forgotten about Rosalia, and I'm like, excuse me, who posted this? It's been a year.
I agree, and also I found it wild because like Raul Alejandro, not shading Rosalia because she's allowed to move on, okay?
Yeah,
but like she moved on rather quickly, and like he didn't. So it's like for that to be the headline, and on top of that, it wasn't even somebody that he's seeing. It was for his new music video. I was like, come on now.
Yeah, it was like a little shade thrown that I was just like, and what is he supposed to do?
Yeah, like what is he supposed to do?
Yeah, like I feel like he's such a good looking guy. Like, he's supposed to be single forever? No.
Yeah,
he's not even single forever.
He's literally so sexy. Like,
I know. I'm like, people in Espanol do better.
Yeah, and then on top of that, it's like, when you're that, like, sexy and single and, like, famous, like, you don't even have to look for it.
Yeah.
And honestly, take out the famous and single. Like, he doesn't even need to be famous, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh. Last night I had a dream about Raul Alejandro.
What is up with you?
No, but it was, I ran into him and I was like, that we were at his concert and he said hi to us, and then I was like, do you remember reposting our TikTok?
Oh my god, that sounds plausible. This one sounds like it could happen.
I know. The other one was me and him dating.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is.
Sounds like I'm starting like a fucking motor. But yeah, no, like, what is he supposed to do? Yeah. And also, like, okay, this is just my theory because this is what I think happened. Like, him and Rosalia, or I feel Rosalia broke off the engagement.
Absolutely.
She was like, she left him. I'm sure there was a period of time that he was like, what if she comes back? You know what I mean? So I think that he was...
You think he took like a whole year?
I don't think he took a whole year.
I would have not waited for her ass. The minute I saw her with Jeremy Allen White, I was like, oh.
Okay. People think he's sexy. And I do understand why people think that. I'm just not one of those people.
I understand...
Oh my god.
From the neck down.
Really?
I don't find him attractive, and it's probably because, okay, I watched Shameless, so I like see him as like the smelly guy, or like the smelly guy's son on Shameless. He's I'm sure he's great.
Yeah, I mean, he has to be because he's pulling bitches
left and right.
You know when they wrote that article about having a rat boyfriend, hot rodent boyfriend?
Yeah,
they put him in there, and that's
number one.
No, it was like him, Barry Keoghan, and like Timothy Chalamet.
They're like. Okay, Timothy Chalamet, when I look at his face, I'm like, oh, he's cute.
Yeah.
Jeremy Allen White, he has to pose for Calvin Klein for me to think he's cute.
I think he gives me like, he gives me like, I don't know, I can't see him outside of characters like on The Bear or Shameless, so he gives me like bad boy energy, and I don't know if I like that.
Yeah.
Personally. I just think Alejandro is like so attractive.
Yes, but also for me, personally.
I know, it's really subjective.
Yes, but so like very, very heavy on the personally. I am more attracted to Latinos than white men.
Yeah.
So personally, I think Alejandro's better looking.
Yeah, and I think that like when people were like, oh, she like, you know, upgraded, I was jaw on the floor a little bit because I was like, are we looking at the same men? Because Alejandro's very like,
I feel like okay, like, you know, maybe there's some people that think Jeremy Allen White is hot and there's people that think Alejandro's hot. I think that calling it an upgrade is a stretch. She just moved on. Let's just say she moved on. I'm not saying Jeremy Allen White is ugly. Personally, for me, in a lineup of Raul Alejandro and Jeremy Allen White, there's no question. I'm not dreaming about Jeremy Allen White. You get what I'm saying? I'm dreaming about Raul Alejandro. Yeah. Like, for me. Yeah. You know, I feel like I have to say that because...
Yeah, no, because people... I feel like nowadays... you need to explain your opinion a little more, because people are like, oh, well, it's not matter of fact. It's just you giving your thoughts.
Which is valid.
I just think that Alejandro is very, very good looking, and he's also very talented. But Jeremy Allen White
is very talented. I will say that. He is very talented. Very, very talented. Though I cannot get into The Bear. And I have tried.
I don't really like shows that aren't reality TV that much. It has to be really good.
I love shows that are not reality TV. It's all I watched until like 2 years ago, or actually just 2 years ago. So I don't understand. Maybe I need to give it another shot. Maybe.
Jeremy Allen White for me is in the same realm that Jax Taylor's in.
What does that mean?
Okay, let me explain my thoughts. Okay, so Jeremy Allen White is objectively good looking, I feel, to most people, and so is Jax Taylor. But I don't find them attractive.
Oh, we're still going on looks?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
No, not talent. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, I think Jeremy Allen White is very talented. Well, it was Rosalia's birthday this weekend. Yeah. Shout out to her. Happy birthday, Libra Queen.
Do you know she's like 31?
Yeah.
I didn't know she was older than me. I thought she was. She looks just like a very young
baby face. Yeah. And anyways, it was her birthday, and the next day, obviously people were assuming that she was still with Jeremy Allen White, even though we didn't see them a lot. You know, the next day Jeremy Allen White was spotted with his co-star, Molly. I don't know her last name.
Gordon.
Wow. That's a simple name.
Yeah, Molly Gordon.
Yeah, that's cute.
I like that.
Yeah, it gives Batman.
It's giving a celebrity, but like not trying too hard.
I said Batman. He's the cop on Batman. His name is Gordon.
Oh my God. Anyways,
yeah, he moves on rather quickly, I feel.
I think he's just living his best life.
As he should be. How old is he?
I don't know.
How old is Alejandro?
Alejandro is younger than me by a year. He's 94. I'm 93. And Rosalia is 92.
When is Alejandro's birthday?
April. No,
he's a Capricorn.
February?
No.
Alejandro. His birthday is January 10th.
He's a Capricorn.
Wait, no. Hold on. He's 93. He's a year. No, he's 10 months older than me. 11 months older than me. Literally, by the day.
He's a Capricorn.
And then Rosalia's
a Libra, September 25th.
Well, yes, but like what year?
I think 1995.
92.
92.
She's 32. He's 31. And I'm 30.
And I'm 33.
I know I added myself in there, but I just want to, I am the youngest.
I do wonder why her and Ja are no longer together.
Who?
Ja, Jeremy Allen White.
Oh, I was like, who the fuck is Ja?
I do wonder.
I mean, she probably...
But I wonder more why her... Oh. That is always going to go down as the mystery of mysteries. Like, why don't you tell the people?
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in the last conversation they had. Like, what happened?
I feel like they... Okay, this is my theory.
Okay.
Talking about theories. I think that they probably had like a great time and like they were all lovey-dovey, and then it was just a phone call. Because didn't he say it was like a phone call or something?
So in Playa Saturno, he came out with a song called Hoy Aquí.
Yeah.
And in the song, when I first heard it, and they had not broken up yet, okay? I was like, what is this about? Because somebody had commented on one of my TikToks and was like, listen to Hoy Aquí. I feel like Alejandro's kind of saying that him and Rosalia aren't together. But I was like, because the rumor started that they were not together before it was confirmed.
Yeah.
Like a month or so before.
Yeah.
And if you listen to the song, he says, de ti me mal despedí. I wish it was like a last time that we could have like had a conversation, like making it sound like they did not have a good like he did not expect that to be the last time.
So she broke up with him.
Yeah, I think so.
But it was so weird because she went on El Hormiguero and was talking about how that is live, and she was talking about how she found a Vivienne Westwood wedding dress
in the middle of June.
And then they like announced our breakup in July. When they announced our breakup, my heart shattered, and I know I'm not involved in this in any shape, way, or form, but like I thought they were so cute together.
When people started sending me the article, it was like 7 a.m. Okay.
Yeah.
I had like 5 different people sending me the article, and I was like, I'm not going to believe it until People Magazine posted.
And then
People Magazine posted, and I was like, no way.
I know.
Like, no way. Because they were not just boyfriend and girlfriend.
They were engaged.
They were engaged, and they were getting married soon, apparently. It's just a mystery.
I know. And then like a couple months later, she was spotted with Ja.
They broke up in July, and they were spotted in September, I'm pretty sure. October. Like, it wasn't...
Yeah. I do wonder, and I've said this before, how celebrities move on so fast. The way that I need to, like, just feel my breakups. I've never moved on from someone in my past relationships fast.
No.
I have to dwell in the hurt.
Oh my God. I don't know how people have firsts again with someone else so quickly.
Yeah.
Like, I personally, like, would... For your relationship, engagement, public engagement, for her, and I'm not judging her.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I think it's just like, for me, I could never.
Yeah.
Going out into the world with a new man who's also famous.
Yeah.
While your ex-fiance is singing these love songs about you at his concert in Barcelona, where you guys have a home. I'm pretty sure that's where they have their home. Like, when he sang Hayana Hami, the only time he sang it was in Spain. The only time. And he was up there fucking crying. Like, did he do something? I feel like he has to have.
Well, remember the rumors that he cheated?
Yeah, but those were, like, proven false.
Oh, I believe them. I believe everything.
Yeah.
I'm gullible.
I just would... Their relationship must have been not great behind closed doors. Like, something must have happened. Like, you don't just walk away.
I know.
But then again, in... what's his name? The very famous, like... He's very famous Puerto Rican, like, commentator. I don't know his name at the moment. But he did an interview where he said that this was not the first time Rosalia had left Raul Alejandro. It was just not... It was the first time she did it so publicly.
Yeah.
Like, he had been left by her a time before where she, like... But, like, she would just not tell him.
He was, like, spotted with Esther Exposito, right?
Yes. And people were saying that he was cheating on Rosalia, but, like, apparently she had left him. So my question
Esther is, like, beautiful.
I know.
That bitch. Ooh, she
glue
gorgeous.
Up. She glue up. Is that a word? Glowed?
She was on...
Elite.
Elite.
I feel like that show was, like, really good for, like, 2 seasons.
Oh, my gosh. It was so good. And then, like... Dana Paola left and like all the main cast members left and I was like, I can't continue watching this.
Yeah, I feel like the plot didn't make sense at one point. I was like, it was giving Gossip Girl, and then like they derailed it.
Yeah, extremely bad.
But yeah, I really, it will always be something that I wonder.
Do you think they'll ever get back together? Do you think they're meant to be? Do you think they're soulmates?
I think that Rosalia either left for a really good reason or she was like, oh shit, like I didn't think that this fling relationship situationship, maybe that's how she saw it, like would turn into an engagement.
She looked all excited about the engagement.
I know, but we don't know these people. Or maybe he did do something.
Like what?
I don't know. Maybe he got on her nerves. Maybe she just wanted...
I would let him get on my nerves.
I know, but maybe something really, really bad happened.
Maybe she got the ick.
Maybe she just realized from him. Maybe she just realized that this wasn't the person that she wanted to be with.
Well,
I do think that, that actually is what happened. Like, if we think about it, like, she just, whatever the reason was, she decided that this person wasn't someone that she was going to go through with. And maybe she was like, you know what? I know that this isn't my man, and I'm not going to wait till the wedding day to like, be like, I'm out.
I know, like a Love is Blind kind of situation.
Yeah, or like actually get married and then be like, okay, actually, divorce. Like, don't want to be with you anymore.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I remember he would be crying on stage and stuff, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I bet you his next relationship is going to be a good one, though. Because, we saw Karol G cry on stage.
Oh, my God. But I feel like Anuel was, like...
A piece of shit?
Not a piece of shit, but I was like, ew. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but maybe like, Rosalia's ill. And we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like for me, when I saw them together, I was like, I love both of them separately, so I get why they make sense. But when I saw Anuel and Karol G, I was just like, Karol G, oh my God. You know, like that's like the guy that you like later on in the line, you're like, oh, what the fuck was I thinking? You know, like...
I have one. I've had some of those.
Yeah, like he looks like a moco. Like he acts like a dick. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even about looks. I'm not even talking about Anuel's looks because like some people find him sexy. I'm not one of those people, you know? But like the way he acts, it just like it gives you like you literally had her 3 baby mothers ago and you're still talking about it.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Like move on. And now she's with Fade and I'm happy for her.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, I really want to know what happened between Raul Alejandro and Rosalia. Like if you sell an exclusive, I will pay for it.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't think they ever will.
No, I don't think they ever will. Which, that's good for them. Bad for us.
I could say Rosalia.
Talking? She is a Libra, so Libras are yappers.
I could never see her sharing what happened.
Why? Because she's going to look bad?
I think that they would... I think that he... Sorry. Y'all heard the sneezing. That's I don't think he would ever talk about it because he probably, not out loud or ever really thinking about it, deep down, there's like that 1% that he thinks that she might come back. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he keeps that hope alive by never talking about it in public. And also, maybe something happened and he doesn't want to tell anyone. Mm. But I feel like if it was cheating or if it was something like of the sort, evidence would have been presented by now. It's been a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But speaking of wild things that have come to surface.
Wild.
The tea, bitch. Amaya Colon. Very famous. I think famous. Yeah. Influencer.
I think that she's famous.
The people calling her Amaya Colon, I need y'all. Like, Or Amaya Colon. I'm like, it's Colon, bitch. Like, I'm sorry. Every time they call her Amaya Colon, I'm like, that's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? But like, I get it. They're reading it as it's written. I'm not judging anyone, but just like Amaya Colon, that would send me over the edge. Like, already her like seeing everyone talk shit about her, like that would send me. Like, it's not even the fact that my T is out there. It's the fact that you're calling me Amaya Colon. You know what I mean?
It's pretty crazy. So, Amaya Colon.
Yes.
Okay. So she was dating this girl, Sandra and Amy Shehab. Is that their last name? Their brother. And then she got with Sandra's husband, Josh. His name is Josh.
And Sandra and Amaya were good friends.
And and imagine like dating her brother. And then I hate saying taking her husband because you have to be willing to be taken. Okay.
She didn't kidnap him.
Yeah, she didn't kidnap him. Okay. But she got with her husband. And I don't know how long ago this has been, but someone commented.
This is like 2018 timeframe.
So someone commented on Sandra's TikTok, literally just a random TikTok where she's talking about how like around her period, she feels like she looks in the mirror and doesn't like see herself or whatever. And someone commented like, didn't Amaya Colon like sleep with your brother and your fiance? And she was like, yes, he was actually my husband. And people like saw those comments and just took off. And now everybody is like,
what the fuck?
What the fuck? And, you know, and so then I saw a TikTok just recently of this girl saying like, these are the PR moves that I would make if I was Amaya's team to, you know, make
matters better.
Yeah, matters with this whole situation, right? And so Amy's sister commented on it. And Amaya's team replied and said, you know, Amy, I'm sure you have better things to do than bullying young girls here on social media or something like that.
I don't know. If this was you or Paula, I would be flaming you.
Yes.
Like, I'm sorry.
First of all, a lot of people were saying that it was not her team. It is her team. We looked it up.
Yeah,
it is her team. Imani, I think her name is. She is her manager. I think she also manages Desi Perkins, Monet McMichael, if I'm not mistaken. So it is a manager, which I think it's very unprofessional to get in the drama like that and say that she's bullying someone. Quite frankly, I think Sandra and Amy haven't taken it far at all. Like,
oh my God,
Sandra
I would take it to hell.
I would take it to hell and back a couple of times, probably. I don't think Sandra and Amy have even really spoken about, they haven't had like a story time or anything. And after all of this came out, after all these videos were made on social media, on TikTok, Sydney Christine made a TikTok talking about how Amaya Colon was like the side piece to her relationship when she was dating her ex. And so, you know, people are saying that Amaya hasn't done this just once. She's like known for this, which is so crazy to me because she is beautiful. She is a beautiful, beautiful woman. Like no matter what she's done, her physical appearance is beautiful in my opinion. She could probably get any guy she wants. Why are you taking the ones that are taken?
Yeah, that's weird. That's very strange.
But then again, it's also the guy's fault for, you know.
Yeah, no, you're entertaining something.
You're
like, that's on you
something
as well.
Yeah, and so then people are obviously saying that Sandra did the same thing to one of her friends and that Amy has tea behind her and that they're going to drop all of that. A lot of people are saying that that's just Amaya's family and fans and creating like these fake scenarios. But I don't think that Amy is bullying anyone. I think that Amy is protecting not only her younger sister, but her brother. Like at the end of all of this, Amaya was dating the younger brother, right? Then she went and got with Sandra's husband. Imagine being the younger brother and you tell your middle sister, oh my gosh, Sandra, I'm so sorry. Like the girl that I was dating is now dating your husband. Like it's a triangle of hurt. And me being the oldest sibling between you and Paula, like, I get it. Like there would be
no amount of things that I wouldn't do.
Yes. And the thing is like, I won't do those things for myself, but for my siblings and even my girlfriends, like, yeah, we're going there. Like we're going there. And everybody that's saying that, you know, Amy is doing too much, I disagree. I don't think that Amy has done enough. I'm not saying that she should do more, but I do believe that, you know,
she can share her side.
She can share her side and make little comments here and there because why? Those are her siblings.
Yeah.
Her younger siblings.
Yeah. And also, I think it's so shady that people are commenting. Obviously, she limited her comments. Amaya Colon limited her comments. And people are like commenting like, I know there's always two sides to the story. Like, you're so unbothered. We love it. And she's liking comments like that. Yeah. Like, you're so annoying. Yeah. Like, for being so beautiful. Like, it is una pendeja. Like, come on now.
Yeah,
you know
it's crazy. Like, and it was crazy because, like, the news came out and then within, like, a 3-day span, like, so many videos have been, like, made about the situation. I was one of those videos that was made. Yeah. I talked about it.
Yeah, I mean,
because I was shook. Like, I never knew anything, because a lot of people were like, well, you know, you have to look at the people that she hangs out with. She hangs out with a lot of women that take other
women's men.
Yeah. But I didn't know Amaya Colon like that. Like, I knew her only as like this beauty influencer who I thought was absolutely gorgeous, had great eyebrows, and she would always wear the Hourglass concealer. And I went and literally bought the Hourglass concealer because of her. Like, she influenced me, and I always felt like her makeup looked really nice. I did not even know that she was so young, which it's another thing. It's like, when did all of this start? Because like, she's only 23.
And my question is, I thought she was like, I know she was like a Fashion Nova model and stuff like that, but like, why do I feel like when I was in college, she was a model? Am I crazy? Like, I feel like she's older than 23. Like, in my eyes, there's no way.
Apparently, there's people saying that maybe she lied about her age back then, or she's lying about her age now.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, so
strange. I wonder if she's gonna say. I think she's gonna keep it pushing. I think she's gonna limit her comments, let this ride out, and then move on with her life. I don't think she's gonna say anything.
I think it's gonna take a while for it to die down, though. I think that it really hit people. Like, like, holy shit.
Yeah, this entire week people have been like roasting her. Well,
yeah.
It is what, I mean, it isn't what it is, but like, I think that Amy and Sandra are going to come out and share their stories.
You think so?
Yes, I think Amy's going to flame her a little more.
I think so. Sandra's kept quiet. Sandra's beautiful.
I know.
Gorgeous.
And when I looked up this man,
he's a solid 3 at best.
Well, not fight over him, but if y'all are going to be doing this, like, goddamn,
do it over someone hotter.
Or like a billionaire. A billionaire. Like, come on now. Like, not saying that you should ever do it, but like, if you're going to, like, at least make it worth it.
Yeah, he's not cute.
Not cute at all. Anyways, talking about someone who's not cute, Offset. I'm sorry, Offset is crazy to me.
Everyone's saying Offset is upset, and I cannot get over it. You know what? Cardi's done. Cardi is done. She is done, and I am here for it. I truly am, because, you know, she filed for divorce from Offset back in August, and prior to that, so she filed for divorce, and a lot of people were saying, you know what, they could get back together because they were having another baby together, right? Mm-hmm. And before that, there had been times where they had separated, filed for divorce, and then rekindled their love. But Cardi's done. She is done. And the thing is that we've seen Offset do her so fucking dirty. Do her so fucking dirty that, like, he tried to expose her by saying, oh, you fucked someone while you were pregnant with my baby. And people were like, I get it. Like, you've literally been fucking behind her back, like, this entire time. Like, people are literally more on her side than not. And when people say, when I say I support women's wrongs and support women's rights and I support women's wrongs, this is what I mean.
Yeah.
This is what I fucking mean. Cardi, do your thing, girl. Move on. This man has been, you know, he cheated on her for years.
Yeah.
For years.
Very much so.
And, you know, I support women's rights and wrongs.
Yeah. I think that Offset's like, he's one, like, I feel like he's like trying to push her, like, as to see how far she'll go.
He's like threatening to expose her. And she was like, I'll expose myself. Like, what?
And like, Cardi's not... Like, I don't feel like she's scared of anything. So it's
she's not.
Yeah. When I was watching a few videos from her live, I'm like, this woman does not give a fuck.
Yeah. And I feel like at one point she gave a fuck. And you could tell that every fuck that at one point she gave is done. It's out of the window. And I think that if this is truly the end of Offset and Cardi, and I do believe it is. Yeah. This is a great finish. This is a great finale. Cardi, the next album is going to be fire.
Fire.
And I think that if this is the way they end it, which like I said, I do believe it is, it's a great way to end it. She's winning on all, like, fronts. Anyone that's like team Offset in this, you're not, like, it's
and also, like, people that piss me off are people that believe anything and everything. Yeah, the people that are believing the tweets about Takeoff and Cardi. Like, I need y'all to be so for real. Like, it's not real.
Screenshot.
It's not real. That's not.
And she came out saying it wasn't real.
It's not real. Come on, people. But I'm excited for this next album. It's gonna hit. And I think that Offset wanted to, bump her down a few notches, but he forgot who the fuck he married. Yeah. You married Cardi B. Be so for real. Yeah. Like, your career couldn't have been, like, to be quite honest, like, the prize here is not you, babe. It's her.
Not. It's her.
She's literally...
It was always her.
Yeah.
It's always been her.
But he wanted to make her feel like he was the prize.
Because this is what men do. Men, you'll get with an ugly man because he's ugly. Okay, I think Offset is ugly. That's my opinion. Okay, and Cardi's beautiful. I think that Cardi has always been beautiful. I understand that she has had, like, things done to herself to hence her looks. I've always thought that she was a beautiful woman. Okay, I think that Cardi's a 10 and he's like a 3. Okay, but he cheated on her and did so much that he probably took that her being a 10 and made her a 3. Okay, so then he felt like the 10. Okay, and he thought that he was always going to have that power of her, like above her, like, oh, like, I'm this, all this, whatever. until Cardi fucking realized who the fuck she was.
Yeah, and then him saying like, oh, I made you my baby mother, I won. Are you okay? No, clearly not. And I watched his episode with Alex Cooper on Call Her Daddy, and I was like, wow, he seems like a nice guy. Like, he seems like, you know, maybe the people are misunderstood about the relationship. No, it was all fake.
Yeah.
You know, he's a dick.
Someone saw him like on the road, and he was on the phone, and he looked like he was like not having a good time on the phone. People were like, I wonder if he's talking to Cardi. Because Cardi's like, I had you blocked. You were freaking out. Like, what more do you want from me? Like,
yeah.
I think she's moved on.
Yeah. And she's going to find better.
She is.
Like, yeah. Sorry, but
you could tell that Cardi is a really good mom.
Yeah.
And she's a really good woman she was a really good wife to Offset. And she was a good mother. She's a good, you know, like, she loves her kids. And I think that, you know, now she's gonna live her best life. But I do believe that she makes a great partner when she is with someone. Yeah,
for sure. And I'm really pumped for her new music. I think it's gonna be really good. But speaking of new music, not that they're gonna come out with new music, but speaking of music in general, Chaperone. Chaperone is getting roasted.
Yeah.
Okay. And people are very upset with her for her opinions, for her cancellation. She announced 2 days prior to All Things Go Festival that she was, you know, not going to be performing due to being overwhelmed with the amount of backlash that she's receiving for saying that both political sides are both bad. She went on her TikTok. She, you know, explained her position in that, saying that she is going to be voting for Kamala Harris, but she pronounced it Kamala. People are upset with her about that. They're upset that they're, you know, she's just getting a lot of shit. I feel like I have an unpopular opinion about Chaperone.
Go ahead.
I feel like, yes, there's obligations. You are a professional. This is your job. But, like, she's telling you she's unwell. She's not going to give you a performance. It's like, fucked if she does, fucked if she doesn't.
Yeah.
She knows she's not going to do a good job. You guys are going to be mad that she's going to do maybe like a 4 out of 10 performance. Or, you know, like, she tells you, like, hey, I'm not in my best. I am canceling. Like, which option do you prefer? But at the same time, with that, you cannot avoid responsibility of the fact that people are going to be mad.
Yeah.
And I think that's also a reality. Like, people have every right to be upset with her for doing what she has done, canceling. However, people are like, well, she, you know, it's her job to do this. Like, if she wants to cancel, she's allowed to cancel. But she is also, you know, you're allowed to feel angry because she canceled.
Yeah.
But I also feel like she blew up in stardom so fast. I cannot imagine what that feels like.
Yeah.
And people are, you know, comparing it to, like, I can't call off work, but, you know, like, that wouldn't work in my world. But at the same time, like, you don't have millions and millions of people inputting their opinion about you every single day. That has to be hard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that person that called in with a supervisor, like, whatever, you know, that example, that person isn't making millions and millions of dollars. So it's like, it's a very nuanced situation. Like, I think that she blew up in stardom. I think that a lot of people have eyes on her. A lot of people have opinions about her. She's also bipolar, so I'm sure that has to be difficult. So I think that, I don't know, I think that she deserves a little grace, but at the same time, I understand the anger.
Yeah.
I would be livid if I was going to see one specific artist at this one festival.
But she wasn't headlining, right?
I don't think so. I think she was in a smaller stage. But at the same time, people, like, love her.
Yeah.
Like, her music is lit. I was cleaning to it yesterday. I was like, okay, I see why people love her.
Yeah.
But I also am not shocked that she came out and said that she was only voting for Kamala Harris and not endorsing her. Like, her opinion of that made sense to me. It's the way she says things. I feel like she's a little bit condescending in her tone. Like, the message, I feel like, is correct. It's the way she says things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
What are your thoughts on her?
I like her music. I've heard a couple of her songs. To me, I also feel like, you know, she blew up really, really fast. And I understand that that's what comes with being an artist, but I think that we also need to give people some grace, and if someone they need a mental health day, or like they need to focus on their health, then I would prioritize that.
Yeah. And then people are like, well, Taylor Swift would never do this. Taylor Swift has a song called I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, which is literally about her performing with a broken heart on stage when her and Joel
Taylor Swift has been doing this for a very long time.
Like, exactly. Taylor Swift's been mega famous for like 20 years.
All I can think about was, like, whenever this came up, I was thinking about the time that you flew to Vegas to see Bad Bunny on day 2, and he didn't have the best of performances. And then recently he talked about Vegas day 2 and how he couldn't give it his best because, you know, he was struggling mentally. And I understand why that people, you know, probably wanted to see her perform Chaperone. But if you're going to put on a mediocre performance, I'd rather not see it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'd rather not see it.
When I went to Bad Bunny in Vegas night 2, I felt guilty complaining because one, that is a privilege that I get to fly to a different state, stay at a nice hotel, go to a show, sit on the floor, have very expensive seats. But then the vibe of the show was very off. It was everybody was leaving the show like very confused. Like there was 10-ish songs that were skipped. So it's like, would I have been unhappy in that moment if he had canceled because of he needed to take care of himself? I think in the long run, I would have been happier with a refund, if I'm being honest. Because like I had seen him multiple times before that. But if this had been my only time, I would have been livid.
Yeah. And he needed a mental health day. And I think that we need to stop being so hard on people, regardless of their job titles. Like, and if they chose this, like if someone needs to prioritize their health, then let's let them and you don't get a say. Like either you accept it or you don't, and people are allowed to be mad. Like you're allowed to, your feelings are valid in the situation. But for me personally, I would rather not watch mediocre performance because I feel like that would make me more mad than a cancellation for me.
Yeah, because it's like I'm so excited to be here, but like it's for you, it's an obligation. Yeah, and although it is, it is a job. Like I want you to like have fun because like
because that's at the end of the day, like I'm here for you to perform, and if performing is your job, I get it, but you also perform because you love doing it, or else you wouldn't be performing. So if you're not loving what you're doing, and I can feel that you're not loving what you're doing, then like I'm not gonna enjoy it either. Then I'm gonna be overthinking why you don't feel well. And I remember you telling me like I don't think Bad Bunny is doing okay, and like
he was crying while he was singing.
That's and I was like at the end of the day, you have to remember these people are human. They're human, they have feelings, and they need to prioritize what they need to prioritize for the well-being of themselves. Like
seeing him cry, I was like, oh my god, like it wasn't like a cry I'm so happy that everybody's here. It was like a painful thing, like sad. He left the stage for like 10 minutes and I was like, I knew immediately, like the vibe was just off. Like I felt like he felt like really drained. He was probably so exhausted, and he should have taken the time to do what he needed to do, because like if you don't, you're gonna get burnt out. And I feel like performing is something that should be exciting for these artists.
And that was when Benito he went on tour, then he went on tour again at the end of the year. It was just a lot. So
I can't imagine that.
So wishing her the very best. And I know that people are gonna talk about this, but I do wish her the best, and I think that she needs to do what she needs to do.
People are saying that like as quickly as she rose to fame is how she's gonna fall from grace.
And that's why I could never fucking be famous, because people will lift you up and then you do one thing or a couple of things that they don't agree with, and they will fucking bury you back to the ground.
It's very cruel. It's very cruel. And I think that like no one is giving her the benefit of the doubt. People are just dragging her left and right. And I don't know, maybe I'm also looking at it not as a super fan too. Like maybe if I was a super fan, maybe I would be more like, what the fuck? But like, I don't know. I just feel like I feel for her. Like I've never been famous, whatever. But like 1 or 2 mean comments in videos get to me. I cannot imagine millions of them. That would be just hard. But I guess we're gonna have to see if ACL is coming up. She's also performing at ACL. People are worried that she's gonna cancel that as well. But I genuinely feel, because of the backlash that she's getting, I'm even if she feels like she needs to not perform, I think she's gonna do it anyway. I think she's gonna be like, fuck it, you know what? Like damned if I do, damned if I don't. Like maybe I want to quit this and not do it, but like I feel like she's just gonna have to at this point. And I feel like she doesn't perform at ACL, I feel like people are gonna be like, her career's over.
Oh, that makes me sad.
I know, because she's so talented.
She's so talented.
So talented.
She's also so beautiful to me.
Yeah, she's very pretty. Yeah. She looks like what is that one Disney movie? Merida? I don't know, the girl with the red hair. But she's very pretty. I love her music. I've been listening to her music these past few days.
I wish her the best. And honestly,
okay, if you guys are being so fucking awful about me, I'm not fucking performing for you. That's how I would be. I would be petty as fuck. Like, you guys are dragging me to hell and back, I'm not fucking performing. But at the same time, there is professionalism that you have to have. I know, but it's like, it's hard.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Speaking of damned if you do, let's talk about Tell Me Lies.
This week's episode. Oh my God.
Lucy annoys me, but I also understand her.
This episode with Lucy, I was living for her. So, in this week's episode, we see Lydia. She comes on campus. And this is the first episode that we actually see not just glimpses of Lydia. And I'm not gonna lie, right off the bat, she fucking pissed me off. Her talking about how Lucy has shit herself in front of Lucy's boyfriend Leo.
It was giving pick me. It was giving pick me.
Oh,
that was Lydia. Such a loser moment.
Loser fucking moment.
If a bitch tries to embarrass you in front of your man, that is not your friend.
Yeah, that is not your friend, period. Lydia's the worst. Right then and there, I was like, oh, bitch.
This makes sense.
You know what? It all fucking makes sense, right? It all makes sense. So they go to a party. They go to a Halloween party, and Steven's there with his younger sister, Sadie.
Yeah.
And Lydia goes up to Steven. Once again, why?
It was such a weird thing,
such a weird thing to do. Like, she like goes up to Steven and was like, well, I would hope that you were at least like better looking or whatever.
You look like a thumb.
You look like a thumb. And I'm like, bitch, you're engaged to this thumb.
Yeah.
So apparently you like the thumb. So, you know, and, you know, then it all becomes like a thing. Lucy has a conversation with Sadie. And then also, while all of this is going on, Chris, Lydia's brother, which we know has done some fucked up shit to Pippa, goes to the same party. And you can tell that Pippa is so uncomfortable. Yeah. So uncomfortable. And, you know, I'm glad that Lucy stood up for Pippa, though. She was just like asking her if she was okay. You know, she was looking out for her friend. While all of this is happening, Bree and Oliver are off in an adventure, I guess you could say. They're having like a weekend together, and he takes her to a bar, and the bartender's like, next time you need to take her somewhere that they don't card. And I have a feeling that, first of all, this is not Oliver's first time around with a student. No. This is probably his 5th or 6th, okay? Or even more. And I think the bartender has probably seen him bring other people in there. And someone said in my comment section that they think that that she was a student as well.
Really?
Yes. Which I could see the vibes, but the scene meant a lot more than
what it was shown. There was like undertones of something.
Yeah, like the way that he kissed her.
And then he looked at the bartender. I was like, you're weird.
You're weird as fuck. So I just know this is not going to end well for Bree.
Bree's a pendeja, dude.
No, it's not going to end well for her. And it makes me sad because I'm like, when this goes south, because it will go south, you're going to be the one getting hurt because it's obvious that he does this often. So he's not going to give two shits about
this isn't his first rodeo.
Yeah. Anyway, so back to the girls. Like, they go to the party. Lucy has some words with Sadie, Steven's sister, and, you know, basically talks shit about Steven, which though she shouldn't have done because that's his little sister. Like, I get it too, because she's like, I've never heard of you, and she's like, what, we dated for a year, you know, like that would hurt my soul too.
Steven's a weird bitch. Yeah. And then, okay, so they leave the party. Pippa lives with Wrigley. Wrigley
grew on me. Like, he was annoying, but I feel like at the end of the day, like, Wrigley just like, it really does care for Pippa.
I don't know where his storyline is going, and it's really bothering me.
I think that
like he's giving side character to the side character.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But I think that's what he is.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, because a lot of it did center around him and Drew in the first season. So I feel like now that Drew is out of the picture, I think something bigger is coming for Wrigley. I think that maybe next episode or the episode after that.
And then, you know, the next day, Lydia comes in and she's sitting on her laptop and she's like, some sorority girl
on the phone.
Sorry, on her phone.
Chris, I think.
And she's like, some sorority girl said that Chris raped her.
Yeah.
And she's like, this weird bitch or whatever.
Yeah,
and
Lisa's, like, it's because he's so attractive. That's why. And then Lucy.
Yeah, I called her Lisa.
Lucy. I'm so proud of Lucy for saying, like, no, you weren't there. You don't know, because this happened to Pippa. Like, it happened to Pippa. And so then Lydia leaves and goes and gets coffee. Well, on the way back, she runs into Steven.
Yeah.
And Steven spills all the tea that Lucy has told Steven about Lydia. And one thing, ladies, that you don't do with a man that you do not see yourself marrying is you don't spill the tea about your friends.
Yeah,
okay?
No.
You don't spill the tea about your life, like, you know, like your lifelong
something
friends.
They can use against you.
Especially to men like Steven.
Yeah.
Boys like Steven. Okay? So then Lydia's like, you know, just giving him the weird look. And I'm like, oh, I can already see how all of this goes down. And it gives me the fucking ick.
The fact that she was so open to believing him, though, without any,
she's
inkling.
a pick-me. She's a fucking pick-me ass bitch.
She is. And then she gets back to the room and she confronts Lucy. Like, your friend since kindergarten.
Yeah.
Said a few things to her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
You told her boyfriend she shit herself. I think we're even.
Exactly. But I'm starting to see... I think that this is going to go down in the way that Lucy is going to say something about the brother.
Yeah.
And I think that Lydia is going to be like, Steven, like, is this who Lucy really is? And he's going to be like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're going to bond
to
try to take Lucy down.
Yeah. Which Lydia, I hate Lydia. We also see in this episode, Pippa and Diana get closer.
Yeah. So they're dating in the real time. Like,
yes.
Wild.
And Diana doesn't pass her LSATs, but people are saying, and I hope that this is true, that the reason why, okay, so her and Steven have this like dream of going to Yale together. And her dad's going to pay for it because Steven comes from a family with not a lot of money, not a lot of money at all. So they're saying that she fakes that she passed the LSATs, that she didn't pass the LSATs because she found out those pictures of Steven and she doesn't want to move forward with Steven, and this is her way out. Because she did say, like, I mean, I'm sorry that this is happening because, you know, my dad did see us as a package deal.
Yeah.
And he's not going to see us like that anymore, pretty much. And I'm just like so curious.
I think she's super smart. She just doesn't lead on that she knows anything.
Yeah.
And I think that she's starting to put 2 and 2 together, or she's always put 2 and 2 together. And I think she wants to get out scot-free.
Yeah. Because he's someone that hurts people.
Yeah. And he's a fucking psychotic ass bitch.
Yeah. So
I guess we're gonna have to see. I think I need to rewatch season 1.
I'm watching season. Okay, I'm watching.
I think I'm gonna rewatch season 1. I need to stop rewatching Vanderpump Rules. Like, it's this 1,000th time right now.
I watch it again. I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, I forgot how traumatizing this man is. Like, my stomach, like, I literally clench watching him. It's so traumatizing.
And then, so he leaves Lucy a voicemail, like a psycho, and she sent it to the sister.
Which I think it's going to mess up Steven and Sadie's relationship. I don't give a fuck, Sadie. You need to fucking watch out and see like what kind of man your brother is. And he's not this like top-notch man that you think he is.
He's not. He's not. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. As it is the 20th episode, we do have a giveaway that we're doing. We're giving away $100 gift card. So all you need to do to enter is go to our pinned video on Instagram and comment your favorite episode. Comment in by name, and that will be, you know, you entering to see if you win. But thank you guys so much for tuning in.
And make sure you're following us on Instagram and TikTok.
Oh, yes. Make sure you're following us on Instagram and TikTok. That'll be one of the things that you need to do to win the gift card. But thank you guys so much. We are so excited to continue with our podcast. This is the 20th episode. I'm so proud of us, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.